we head over to the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning Hotline, where I believe we have the best-dressed man in girls basketball right now. It is Coach Fishel. Coach, how are we?
I'm awesome. How are you guys?
Doing great, brother. First off, have you been able to catch your breath after that big victory over a very good Salem team last night?
Yeah, I was real excited. It's always good to get your first win of the season, and so got home, watched the news, watched the highlights, and jumped right into the Struthers film. So caught our breath, and we're moving on.
So when you look at a win like that, it not only is that the first win of the season, which, as you indicated, very important, but that's a huge quality win for later on in the season. Take us through, the game, and obviously Salem has shown early that they're a second-half team. They're not one that you're just going to kind of let the second half ride. So, take me through the kind of mind process of where you were last night in that second half.
Well, they're really good, and they're so athletic, and they're so well coached, and they play as hard on defense as anybody we're going to play against this season. And so when we watched the film, we knew that we were in for a four-quarter battle. From the tip to the last buzzer, they were going to battle their butts off, and that's what we did. And they came at us, and a couple times in the second half they'd made a little run, and we were fortunate enough that we were able to make a couple plays and answer it. And the fourth quarter got shorter there, and we made some shots from the foul line, and we were able to put that away, and definitely a great win for our program.
Coach Fish, it's Coach Leslie. Congrats. Coach, I look at your schedule, which is a very, very tough and demanding schedule, which I know you like. You opened up with Laurel, who is one of the best teams around that you play, and then a good Salem team last night. I look, Coach, Izzy had 27, Lamparty Gabby had 15, and Lexi Giles had 13. Good scoring night for some of your players. But talk about some of the players on your team for the South Range fans that hopefully we'll get to watch games on YSN. We're proud to be a part of South Range. Talk a little bit about some of the kids that fans can look out for.
Yeah, after we lost to Laurel last Saturday, we were actually up to about halfway through the third quarter on them, and we just ran out of gas. And to be honest, we didn't get much production from our bench, and we called them out right after the game and said, if this season's going to be special for us, it's going to take all of us, and that means our bench has got to show up every night. And that's a long bus ride home for them to think about that message.
So you talk about
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. I caught a pause.
Our bench was phenomenal last night. And, Mallory Vidman, who this is her second year starting for us, is an overlooked player, and her value to us, she's one of the best defenders we have, and she guarded Kyla last night, and she guarded the Davidson girl a couple times. And she can match up with anybody regardless of size or speed, but she gave us a huge 6 points. Emma Cunningham came off the bench and gave us 4 points. Hannah Krause gave us 2 points. Hannah Hakinen gave us 2 points. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add it up, that's 14 points. Guess how many points we won the game by?
15,
14
right?
points.
14, 15.
Yeah, sir, 14, 15 points. So that's why the bench is so important to us. And so, you look at that from a standpoint of who else is on our roster, and those girls are going to make a huge difference. And you have got a girl like Bree Kohler who did not score and was in foul trouble the entire game, but she became another coach on the bench when she was on the bench with foul trouble, making sure the girls knew the plays, making sure their head were in the game so that when they went in, they were able to make the contributions they did. So even though Bree Kohler doesn't show up in the scorebook, well, she sure shows up in that win for us.
All right, so you talk to your girls about how special can this season be. Let's talk about your expectations for what this season can be. What expectations do you have for this year's team? I mean, you said you've got Bree, you've got the Lamparties, you've got Lexi, you've got from top down one of the most, I don't want to say star-studded because that's not the right word, but a team, a unit that expects a lot out of this season. What are your expectations as a coach, and what are the team expectations?
Yeah, I would love to come on here and be funny and tell us some jokes and make everybody laugh. And I hate to give you coaches speak, but we talked last night after the game that win or lose, that was part of our process. And the process continues tonight at practice. and then we're going to get ready for Struthers at tomorrow's practice. And we're a day-by-day team that we have to make sure that our focus stays on what we can do today, because we can't go win the league championship tonight. We can't go win any tournament games tonight. We have to go to practice, and we got to win our practice tonight. And one of the things that I love about our girls, you watched the highlights last night, and they put a couple N1s that we had on, and there's no celebrating. There's no, hey, jumping up and down. It's our 5 girls meet in the middle, and if you look at their faces, they are on a business trip. And we know that if we want this to be special, we've got to make sure that we take time to enjoy the process. We have to make the moments meaningful. And they've got the attitude of, hey, we're fortunate to play games right now. Let's make sure we take care of business so it is meaningful.
Well, Jeff, it's Steve again. A couple of things for me. First of all, I've known you a long time. You are funny and entertaining, so I'm just going to let that one stay there. But you hit on a couple of things for me that we've talked about in this show, Jeff. Day by day is one of the things you hit with me. I have a daughter that plays. I know the changes and the maybe fans, maybe not fans. Role models like yourself as a head coach to me are huge. My question for you, and we've talked about this, we all want to beat COVID. You have to fight it, but you have to also get after it and believe in what you do. As the head coach of the South Range girls team, is there a blessing in disguise through these tough times of COVID that you look back on that could help this basketball team in the future?
Steve, I think that everything that is happening, everything that we're going through are blessings. Maybe they're disguised, maybe they're not, but I think what is going on with all of this has really opened, I know in our locker room and on our team, it's opened our eyes to appreciate the fact that, hey, we're allowed to practice tonight. There are a lot of schools in this state that aren't even allowed to practice, and we get to do that. And we've had girls in quarantine who, you would never think that a girl would be excited to come to a practice and run the way that we do. And I'm getting texts say, hey, Coach, I'm back today. I can't wait to be there. I know we're going to run, but I'm going to love it. And you see in our practices, you heard Coach Cullen. By the way, how perfect was it that he called in telling you that he had lost his phone? That was Coach Cullen right there. But you hear him talk about that every day is a chemistry lesson. And last year at the beginning of the season, I didn't even know if these girls talked to each other outside of basketball. And as the year went on, they got closer and closer and closer. And one of the most special things that I've enjoyed this season is we've had 5 or 6 different girls at different times that have been in quarantine. And our girls that are at practice have heavy hearts because they love those girls so much and they love playing with them that it hurts them not to be able to have them around. And so it's really brought us even closer and given us a greater appreciation to focus on what we do have. We talked about Thanksgiving night, or the night before Thanksgiving. We may not have as much to be thankful for, but we have to be more thankful. And these girls are doing that and really appreciate just the daily process we have.
I love that. You want to talk about role models, Steve. This guy on the other end of this phone.
I'm sure he had to help Coach Cullen find his phone, too. We could investigate
Guaranteed.
it. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Many days of that.
I mean, I can just see Fish in his car digging out the phone for him. So when I talk about role models, this guy right here, number one role model for me, I've got to know Fish over the last 4 years, and he's been supportive not only of YSN, but everything that South Range does.
He's there.
You see him there all the time.
Right.
Golf outings, you see him stumbling all over the place when it comes to that. But you look at Fish, accountability's always been big for you, right? Accountability is something that you instill in your kids. It's a buzzword nowadays, but for you, it's something you take very seriously. Talk to me about when you talk to these young ladies who are having to learn faster and apply accountability more in their life than back when we were in school and playing. what is number one accountability at the top of your list that you're trying to push to these young ladies?
Well, I think it's playing for each other. I think that it's an old cliche that anything worth doing is worth doing well, and we don't show up to be average. And when you talk about, you look at the really special teams. You just got off the phone with Coach DeShields and what that group of girls he had was able to do last year. They were really talented, but what made them special was that they took the self out of it and they played for each other. It wasn't I need to get my stats or I need to get my highlights. It was whatever we have to do for each other to win a basketball game. And the most important thing of that is that we teach our girls is that's got to happen when you leave the court. That's got to happen when you need a friend, when you know somebody's struggling, when you know somebody's going through a tough time. You need to be there for each other. And when you're able to look beside you and know that because of the people that are beside you, whatever you're going through, whether it's life or basketball, that it's going to be okay because of that, that's the ultimate form of accountability, and that's where special really lies.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
That's why we do what we do. There's no question about for coaches like this, and we're proud to be a part of South Range for their fans to cover games. But Coach, you hit that right on the head. The things that these young people are going through, I go back and try to put myself in that situation as DJ has. I would have a very hard time with it. That's why in this show that we've talked about, I have all my trust in people like you and staffs like you have at South Range to direct these student athletes in the right direction.
Yeah, and what you guys have done to support the communities, I got to tell you how many grandparents and just fans that have texted me, hey, Coach, can I get tickets? No, I'm sorry, and that's a tough conversation. Coach, can I watch the game somehow? And what YSN's able to provide to not only Raider Nation but all the schools that you cover, you're giving a lot of families some peace of mind and enjoyment that they can at least tune in and watch these athletes play.
All right, so let's get down to nitty gritty. Let's get off the court a little bit.
Let's go.
I indicated that you're the best dressed
It's
coach.
not even close. That's not close.
No, it's number one. Jeff
Would you
Fishel.
agree with me? Fishel and Gunther and the boys and the girls.
But then you've got like 6 feet of dirt, and then you've got number two, right? So my question, Fish, for you is going to be: is there a go-to? I don't know. I don't want to say uniform, but is there a go-to outfit for you that when you need a win, you just go to it in the closet?
There is not, and because I'm so superstitious is the reason there's not. Because I know if I wear this outfit and we lose and it's an outfit I like, I'll never wear it again.
Burn it.
So it is random. It is so seldom planned. My wife does a great job of having everything organized in our closet so that when I wake up on game day, I can make a decision. But yeah, because I don't want to lose a good outfit because we lose a game.
The outfit's way more important than a game. There's no doubt about that.
Come on.
All right, my follow-up question is the Christmas tournament coming up. Is there a chance that we can get you in one of these Christmas like fancy elves outfit? Not like an elf outfit, but like the one with like Christmas trees and stuff all over. If we supply the suit, would you wear it on the sideline?
Listen, I've been, and some of these people through this COVID stuff have been like workout warriors. I've kind of made the joke that one of the symptoms of COVID is that you lose your taste. So I've been eating a lot to make sure that I don't have COVID. So I don't fit in those suits I bought last year. So if you guys can find one that fits me, that thing is going on versus Canfield on December 28th. Let's do it.
Deal.
That's a deal.
We'll find one for you. You get it over to Quinn and Steve, and I'll make sure we pick it out.
100%. I'm in.
I love it.
Well, Coach, thanks for calling in. We appreciate all you do for all of us.
One more.
Yep. Well, that's
before
right.
we let
You
it go.
have
Question of the day: best Christmas song out there.
My go-to is Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas.
My dude, that's my
all
number
we
one.
want for you for Christmas is to wear what we're going to buy you for the holiday tournament. No, but seriously, to your girls and to your staff, we're proud to be a part of it. And thanks for calling in. Merry Christmas to all of you. If we don't see you, and we'll catch you down the road.
Fish, we love you. We'll see you soon.
Appreciate it. Yeah, same thing, and say well wishes to Ronnie. Can't wait to have him back.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. Yep, we'll see you guys. Thanks.